Look who I bumped into.
Hello,
the enemy,
hello.
the fraud, the whatever you want to bleeding call it.
Look,
what are you saying now?
I'm hardly the enemy, am I? I was just happened to be right and you were wrong. That doesn't make me the enemy.
Oh, fucking right. What happened today? Are you happy?
Yeah, look, I was happy when we were bottom of the league, so I'm obviously going to be pretty made up when we're top of the league. What happened today? Everton came, probably the most boring team I've seen come to this stadium for a long time. Completely negative. I've got nothing against their fans. I've got nothing historically against their team, but what I don't want to see is teams like that come here, because ultimately football's supposed to be an entertainment. For the first 40 minutes, that was not an entertainment. It was tedious. It was like watching paint dry. A moment of brilliance from Saka opened them up. They then take, their concentration levels dropped. Brilliant by Saka and Martinelli. Real good opportunities. 2-0. The game's finished. They had nothing, absolutely nothing. Once they're 2-0 down, they were never going to come back. So the second half, we were just going to pick them off. Could have been more. Happy with 4-0. But I really want to see Sean Dyche and an Everton team go down, because I just don't want to see that. I mean, the Premier League is supposed to be the most exciting league in the world, and I really believe it is. Having teams like Everton and Sean Dyche managing is just going to take that fun away from it.
I've seen that today. Like, I completely understand where you're coming from. The only thing that I worry about, right, is the left-hand side, where Zinchenko is sort of pulling into the right-hand side, and at one stage I seen Martinelli at our back, at our left back, and Zinchenko was over on the right-hand side. And are we getting the best out of Martinelli there if Tierney isn't there covering him? What's your sort of take on that? Because you've seen him much more games than me.
Yeah, I actually think they should mix it up a little bit. I want to see more of Tierney. I think actually Tierney and Trossard would probably complement each other, because the fact that Tierney goes, hugs the flank and goes up and down that wing, and Trossard comes in a bit, is what you can get is two players that might be fantastic, but they're almost covering the same space. They get in each other's way. Whereas what you want is that great partnership. And I think Tierney and Trossard will work really well together, because of the different way that they play.
This is probably the first time that me and you have ever actually agreed with each other, because I just think on that left-hand side, because Martinelli was even switching with Trossard as well. The two of them were twisting in and out with each other. And then, as I said, at one stage I just seen Martinelli going back at left defence, and I just Zinchenko put him out of that. And I think it's affecting Martinelli. And look, we won 4-0 tonight. I'm not giving out about tonight, but I'm just saying, against your Man Cities, against your Liverpools, against your Chelseas that we have coming up, I think they're going to hurt us in that position. That's my opinion.
I think when you play the better teams, you have to mix it up a bit. You can't be one-dimensional, so you can't just play a certain way. I mean, one thing we've always lacked for a long time, since we've had Giroud, is a target game. I think we could really do with an Ivan Toney or
Giroud. Giroud, bring him back. I've been saying this for a while now. Would you bring him back?
I think he's too old now.
No. Come on, no. Rather than Eddie and Nketiah, you know what I mean? Bring him on, for the.
Look, I think Eddie's done a fabulous job. He's done a fabulous job.
I'd go okay.
He's not a starter week in, week out. And we haven't had cover until the January transfer window properly for that position. I think we do now. I think when Balogun comes back, that'll be interesting. I think what you should have is either Balogun or Nketiah. I think it was a good move to have put Nketiah on that contract, because he's probably now £25-30 million player you could get rid of him for.
You're fucking winding me up now. No.
I think there's players.
Come here, I was going to do a tour of the ground at Leighton Orient. I wouldn't even put him in Leighton Orient team. He's no good. I'm sorry.
In your opinion, he might not be good, but in the current market, a striker. See, the thing is, strikers are the scarcest commodity in football.
I agree with you. Yeah.
And he scores goals. He scored goals for Arsenal. You'd probably get 25-30 million. I'm not saying he's worth it, but in one respect, players are worth what another team's prepared to pay. And when he was kind of not even in the team, you had Palace that were prepared to pay 10 million for him. and that was before he got into the team. And he bangs in the goals. He's probably not quite good enough for Arsenal, but he's a good enough squad player.
If he banged in about 3 to 5 goals between now and the end of the season, would you take 20 million for him off Palace in the summertime?
Okay.
Or would you keep him?
All right, it depends what the situation with Balogun is, because I think if you have Balogun and him, it's too many. You can be overburdened with players, and at the moment we're just about right. Bring Balogun back in that position. I would like to see Balogun or Nketiah, and obviously Jesus, but maybe something like Giroud, but not Giroud, because I just think he's too old. A target man, something a bit different to give us that plan B.
Yeah, well, the only reason why I'm saying Giroud is because I've always been saying this, is like the Alex Ferguson always just going, do you know what, he's the plan B. Like, you know, we're drawing 0-0 or we're losing 1-0. You stick him on, he gets a header, he offers something else than Eddie.
Yeah, yes, he does. But Balogun would be maybe an upgrade on Eddie, depending on how he comes back. I mean, the French League, I know he's doing brilliant, he's doing unbelievable, but the French League's not the Premier League.
Yeah, no, I understand. Fair play to you, Julian.
Good stuff.
Big shout out to you,
you.
right? Talk to you soon, right? Cheers, mate. Take care. All the best.